So welcome to this week's Madison Challenge video blog. As you know, we try to bring as many of the health and wellness experts to you as we possibly can. I hope that you're getting the most out of this Madison Challenge. As you know, we're a little bit over halfway. So keep an eye on what's coming up at the end. We have our big Health and Wellness Expo where we're going to be giving away some great prizes for all the points you're earning. So hang in there. We're having a blast. I love that everybody's participating. So what I'd like to do is introduce to you what our topic is this week. Some people wouldn't tie it together with health and wellness, but what it is financial health and wellness. And so we have with us two of the local experts in Craig Bernard and Kim Chorney from Madison Investment Center. So welcome, Craig. Welcome, Kim. So guys, tell us a little bit about Madison Investment Center and why you chose to be a sponsor for the Madison Challenge.
Madison Investment Center is an independent, community-based wealth management firm. We help retirees and pre-retirees to both maximize and coordinate their retirement benefits. Okay. So we look at the retirement plan assets, and then we incorporate in Social Security strategies and Medicare planning as well. For our younger families, we help them to determine the most efficient way to direct their monthly savings to reach their goals. Maybe it's college savings, maybe it's insurance needs, maybe it's retirement savings, or just building up an emergency fund. Okay. I personally think the Madison Challenge is an amazing program, and it really gets the community focused on health and wellness. And I love that this year we incorporated in the schools into the program because now we can do it on a family level. You know, there are many aspects to your financial health, and one of them is being financially responsible. When we talk about setting goals for our physical health, whether it's losing 5 pounds or running your first 5K, there's probably going to be some kind of diet or exercise program that you're going to follow to actually reach those goals. Well, it works the same way when you're talking about your financial health. You have to set specific goals, and then you have to put a program in place and the steps in place to get from point A to point B. And just like exercising is probably easier and more fun and more successful when you work with a trainer, when you think about managing your own money, it really is easier if you work with someone that can help monitor your progress, who can help you make adjustments along the way for whether it be life events or market events, and someone that's going to hold your hand through the ups and downs. And so that's why we're here.
Getting a handle on financial health can be challenging. So what are some initial steps that an individual can do to get themselves started?
I guess the first thing you can do is organize and simplify, and it's a perfect time to be thinking about this as we enter spring cleaning. My suggestion would be to get your files organized. You need a file for your insurance, you need a file for your estate planning documents, you need a file for banking and for your investment accounts, and making sure that a key member of the family knows where to locate this important information. And through this process, it's a good opportunity to look at these accounts and decide if some of them can be consolidated. For example, on average, people change jobs 4 times during their career. So many times they have multiple employer-sponsored retirement plans, and those can actually be consolidated into one IRA and put under your own control.
Right, so instead of getting multiple statements each month, you can get just this one.
Exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I can add on to that as well, another part or another aspect of this is really just trying to get an idea of what your net worth is or disposable income. And while this may sound simple, a lot of people don't really know what they have until they put a pen to a piece of paper. And really it's an important exercise that very few people actually go through, where you sit down and take a look at all of your income sources. So it's in retirement, whether it's pensions, Social Security, interest income. Take a look at expenses as well. But you need to go through that exercise to really see what you have left at the end of the month.
Kind of like financial calisthenics.
Yes, yes, but less painful, hopefully. So, really this process, when you're done, and it's, again, sounds simple, but taking a look at really what your assets are minus your liabilities, you have to see what's left. And from that standpoint, once we know what's left, that gives us a good indication of us being able to have the opportunity to project those assets forward towards retirements to see if those assets are going to be enough to provide decades of income in retirement.
As a certified financial planner, what are some ways that you can assist your clients in achieving financial health?
There really is a process that you go through. And again, our link of looking at your financial health is very similar to the process that you would go to in when you meet with a physician.
Okay.
And you really start by setting some realistic financial goals. That's the first step. Then you really just have to then assess, and it's the fact gathering process that we go through. And so you look at, again, your assets, your liabilities, your income, your risk tolerance, and we spend a lot of time with that. But then it's working. The next step would be to develop a realistic plan. It's a plan that you know that you can follow, that you're not going to waver from. Just again, it's like goal setting. If you're going to be losing weight, make it a reachable goal. Next, we're going to put that plan into action. And then you have to assess, just like you do on an ongoing basis with your health. Assess and see how that progress is going, and make sure you're staying on track. And if not, you need to make some adjustments as you go along.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a process.
Yeah. So sometimes we wait until there's a triggering event with our health, with our financial health or our physical health. What would you say to somebody who wants to wait?
Yeah, I very much understand. We obviously want someone to be proactive rather than reactive. It's sort of, again, I want to relate this to someone's financial health, where, you know, as we get older, it's that pound here and another pound, and it sort of catches up on you later on, and then it becomes maybe a little bit more difficult, you know, to take care of that later on. But procrastination, no matter what, is the greatest enemy of financial independence.
Right.
Really, by working with a financial professional that can help keep your progress on track.
Right.
All right. So financial planning can be complex. It's an opportunity for us to work with other professionals as well. So whether it's your accountant or your attorney.
Right.
And, you know, part of that process that we go through, it's calculating how long, you know, the capital monies that you've accumulated are going to last. Looking at tax strategies, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. You know, that's so important. And then once someone has actually accumulated wealth, it's making sure that they are passing on that wealth in the manner that they choose. So it's passing it on as efficiently as possible.
So if somebody does want to be proactive, how could they reach you, and how hard is it to make an appointment with somebody from Madison Investment Center?
Well, I think the best way is we want to meet everyone that we can in person. We are going to be at the Health and Wellness Expo.
Excellent.
And so feel free to stop by, introduce yourselves, and we'd love to meet you.
Well, thank you guys so much. It's a pleasure. I love having the financial health aspect included in the Madison Challenge. So thank you once again.
We're happy to participate.
Definitely.
So thank you once again. And so, Craig and Kim, would you be so kind as to let our participants know what their weekly extra credit point will be?
Sure. I think an interesting exercise would be to review beneficiary designations on both retirement plans as well as life insurance.
So that means where the money goes to once it's...
That's exactly right. So, and it's so important because there are tax considerations on IRAs or 401ks. We want the ability to make sure that those monies can continue growing tax deferred. And it's very interesting on life insurance contracts. We've had situations that we have had a couple that we meet with, and we have a chance to review their beneficiary designations along with, you know, everything else that we get a chance to discuss. And we find situations where someone may still have listed a parent as beneficiary from 20 years ago.
Right, right.
And so it's time for a checkup, and that'll be the first step.
And what do they get? 10 points.
10 points.
10 points.
Well worth it.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Okay.
Excellent.